All right, so here's an equation involving trig functions that is quadratic in form. I want you to take note here that sine of theta is a number. It's just going to be a number. Once we know what theta is, we take the sine of that theta, and it's just a number. So this is a two-step process. First, we have to solve for sine of theta, and then solve for theta. So we could say is that sine theta is u. U substitution is used a lot in calculus. So might as well learn it here. Use it in the simple situations. So using this identity, we can rewrite this equation as 2u squared minus u equals 0. So I'm just going to point out that what this function says, the left side here, it says take theta, the input, find the sine of it, then square that number, then multiply by 2, and then subtract the sine of theta. That's a 2. So once we can easily factor this, 2u minus 1 equals 0. And using the zero product property, we know that either u is 0 or 2u minus 1 is 0. So 2u is 1 or u is 1/2. And I can draw a little unit circle here. Just the axes, really. This first, let's back substitute for u. U is sine theta. So if u is 0, sine theta is 0. Sine theta is 1/2. So first we'll look at when sine theta is 0. Well, when is the sine 0? It's here. It's 0 at the point 1, 0. Right? The point on the unit circle, make a circle here just to say we did the circle. So the point is 1, 0 when theta is 0. And the sine is also, let me make sure I don't erase that with a small eraser, thank you. And it's also 0, the sine is also 0 over here, right, at the point -1, 0. So we know that theta will be 0 and pi. Can't be 2 pi because here this is an open interval. It's a half open interval. So 0 is included in the input values, but 2 pi isn't. So we're not going to come around again. Okay, and when sine is 1/2, it's positive. So it's the sine is 1/2 over here. Right? We should know that these guys, you have to remember, 1/2, square root of 3 over 2, and square root of 2 over 2. Those are those special angles. Sine is also 1/2 over here at negative square root of 3 over 2. Right? The cosine is negative, the sine is positive. So these two, we know that this is pi over 3. Excuse me, pi over 6. You know, I always do that. And this angle here would be 5 pi over 6. All right, so here theta would be pi over 6, so 30 degrees, and 5 pi over 6. All right, so we put these all together. There's a set notation here, it's 0. I'll go in order from smallest to biggest. 5 pi over 6. And pi. And I believe that's what they said. Yes, we have a match. And sometimes my answers don't match theirs. Sometimes they're wrong. Okay, so that's how you solve that. Remember that these are input values. This is theta that we would put into this equation in order to get 0. And you can check these if you're ever unsure of yourself. You can use your y editor, put in 2. To put it in your calculator, you have to put sine x and then wrap sine x in parentheses and square that. Then subtract sine x. And if you go to your table, you can put, as long as you're in radian mode, you could put in these solutions. So what do we got? We've got second pi over 6. I want to see 0 over here, and I do. 5 second pi over 6. It's another 0. 0 for the input gives me 0 also for the output. And pi also gives me 0. So that's just, you could check it graphically. Do it algebraically, check it graphically. Okay.